I always start my glue books the same way, and it's way more low pressure than people think. It usually begins with an old book, a quick flip through the pages, and deciding which ones feel right to work on. I'll show you how I choose a base and pick backgrounds before any gluing even happens. I'm Deborah, welcome back to the Collage table. Today I'm turning an old book into a glue book and walking you through how I prep it and pick my backgrounds. This one I have already finished, made in a fun cookbook. I will link the full flip through if you want to see it. The first thing to figure out is which book to work in. I almost always use something I already have or an old book that doesn't feel too special or precious. So this here is a watercolor sketchbook. Let me show you. I used it as a base for an en masse glue book. Look, these are all things around, old watches, perfume bottles, and so on. If a book feels too nice, I find myself being careful with it, and glue booking works best when you're not afraid to experiment. Second-hand books are perfect for this, and over time you'll probably notice you're drawn to certain types of books. I personally love using these, the old W.G. van der Hulst children's books. This one is a different one, but similar. They're easy enough to find here that I don't mind using them, and they just work really well for my glue books. This is the one I'll be using today. Do a quick check to make sure you're not cutting up something really rare. I'm happy using books that would otherwise sit forgotten on a shelf. It feels like giving them a second life. Oh, this is me. This book I finished already. Again, I will link to the flip through video so you can see the entire book. Before I glue anything down, there's one small prep step that I always do, and I will show that right now. It's to remove a few pages so the book has some breathing room. I always leave the title page. You can also glue pages together if you want them sturdier, but either way this helps the book handle all the layers that you will be adding in later. How many pages to remove depends on the amount the book has, how sturdy they are, and how much layering you tend to do. I don't have an exact calculation for this. Thick chunky books can look great, but too much bulk can put a lot of strain on the spine and can even break it. Taking out a few pages early on makes a big difference. The easiest way is to look for the signatures, the spots where the pages are grouped together like this. And when you pull one page from a bundle, the page on the other side usually comes out too. Let me show you how that works. So I will pull out this page like so, and when you go to the other side, this one is already loose. So I've now removed 2 pages, but I'll need to take out a few more. I'll speed things up a bit for you here. Sometimes I keep certain pages, like illustrated ones, and other times I just go random. Or maybe you want to remove the illustrations so you can use those elsewhere. And always spread it out. Remove pages from different parts of the book. Don't just only take pages from the beginning or just from the end. The easiest way is taking pages from the middle of a signature. Let's see, is it like here? This is the middle, and then you find the 2 pages in the center and pull both of them out at the same time, like this. I will remove a few more pages and I will be right back. I usually look at the book from above to see how balanced it all feels and where I might need to remove a few more pages. I think this is enough for now. I always keep the pages that I've removed, don't throw them away. There are plenty of crafty things you can do with old book pages. Now, with the book prepped, I can start thinking about backgrounds for the collage spreads. I use background papers to build the base of each page before I add anything else. They really change the look of the book and help me spark my ideas. Starting with backgrounds just feels easier to me than working on a completely blank spread. I harvest a lot of magazines to find backgrounds. Look for magazine pages that are vibrant, full page images, or not like this, but let's see, like this. Larger sized illustrations work too. Let's see, nature shots, of course. These are very usable, and it's nice to have a person in there. That can be the start of a spread story. I will keep this to the side.
So I like using these women's magazines, and of course the flow magazines. I've already done a couple of flow harvesting sessions, video sessions. You might have seen them. There are always great pages to be found in these magazines. Here, like this one is perfect. Clouds are always good as a background. If you want to see more of the flows, check out the harvesting playlist. They're all in there. This is a magazine I haven't harvested before, Happiness. I have a few of them waiting and we'll do a video soon. It's more, oh, this is nice. And this beach shot too. This is more of a spiritual magazine, so we'll see what's in there. And there's of course more you can use besides magazines. For instance, scrapbook paper with all the different patterns in various themes and colors. I pick these up when I see them at the thrift. Old maps are great too. This is a very special one. Look, I've never seen one like this before with these type of colors. Napoli, Italy. Look, I paid only 25 cents for it. And then there is old sewing pattern paper. I love the visuals of this. Most of my glue books have at least one sewing pattern background. So this is an old one. I love it. And then of course there's wrapping paper. There are so many different colors, patterns, themes. Look at this pretty one. There's wrapping paper on the rolls, but you can also use the sheets like these floral pattern wrapping papers. Then just cut out what you need for your pages. There is so much more, like old book pages, dictionary pages, sheet music, tissue paper, but I don't use those a lot. I've already pre-selected some background pages for today, but I also want to go through this folder with you to show the kind of papers I collect and use for my backgrounds. These are some old security envelopes. Not really backgrounds, usually I use them as a see-through insert. Pattern paper. Wait, before we start I want to show you something I use. It's a page template, usually thick cardstock that I cut the same size as the book pages. I got a tip a while ago to use see-through plastic templates, and I'll show you that later. These templates make cutting backgrounds much easier and faster. I lay the template over the page like this to figure out where to outline cut it. I'm not cutting pages right now, so I'll put the template away. Okay, there you go. Okay, now let's see. People. I pull certain full page close-up portrait shots like this. Well, let me show you with the template card. So I would go like this and then probably cut around it like so. And then I have her with the castle in the back. They're like looking at each other almost, so maybe they should go side by side. I don't often do two people on one spread like this, but I think it could work with these. Let me put them in the back of the book, get to them later. Here's another face. Yes, nature. Most nature shots work really well as backgrounds. You can take a piece or use the entire image. Flower bouquets are always great. This is another good face. See, this is very much close-up, fill the entire page, and then we have her here, tiny, with this to fill up the rest of the background. Starting out, I think this is easier to work on than a close-up face. Some more nature shots. This is pretty, but too wintry. Looking forward to spring. These are 3 Tokyo girls. It might now look as if I always fill my spreads with people, not the case. I will do another video showing how I build my spreads from the background up. This is cool, a 2-page photo. You can use this and fill an entire spread. I want to put these in the book too. Let me move all this away from now, and then I can show you. It will go like this, not on this spread, not on the title spread, but see? And then I will probably cut off the border edge. This is my birth city of Amsterdam. I think the photo was taken with a long exposure time to get this effect. Okay, let me just put it in the back too. Yes, so always looking for large interesting images. What's this? Oh, food, yes. This is pretty, more florals. Yes, patterns. This one from a wallpaper book. This is cool. And then you have travel images, city photos. Istanbul this is, Sevilla. Gorgeous. These would work great as backgrounds. Here are some more. I'll show you how I combine and match backgrounds in the book to start the spreads. Hello, Marilyn. I will spread this, speed this up again a little bit. This is pretty. This is a cross-stitch pattern. Here, interiors. I like home decor photos. Food. This is good with all the space above it. This is almost a pattern, really. Okay. Now let me show you. I have this plastic folder here. I could cut this into the size for a book template for this book instead of this one. So I could cut it around and then look like so. Let me find a page to show it with. Here, let's use this. You can put it on top and then you can move it around until you have what part of the image you want to use. So that makes it even easier. Okay, now let's move on. Let's put this away and get to the actual book. So this old Dutch children's book is the base of my next glue book. Moeder kiest Anneke, Mother chooses Anneke. I leave the title page but not covering all of it. Images depends. Usually I leave something showing, like the first one or a special one. So then we are here. The first real collage spread. I picked this beautiful illustration on the right. She's a tad too small for the page, but that's not a problem because I can add some washi tape or scrap paper around it. And then here the next I have my classic pattern paper on one side and story photo image on the other. I like to work like this usually, mostly. And I like how these two fit color wise. Does she go on the left or the right? I think I like her best here on this side. Let's see what else I have here. It's 2 pattern pages. You can do busy and busy. I will probably end up gluing a larger image over here to cover some of that busyness. And then for this spread I only have this vintage lady. I will have to find something for the other side still. Probably something one color, slightly patterned in red probably. I'm excited to work on this one. Then here I have 2 home decor photos. They will go side by side. I might put some washi tape in the middle here. Let's see what else I can show you here. Oh yes, this is a large cutout, a fussy cut if you will. This is nice because glue this down and you can still see a bit of the original text behind it from the book. And then I have this beautiful photo here. Where is this? Greece, Portugal maybe? I'm not sure. Next I have these 2. They don't really go together, but at the same time they do go together. We'll see how these turn out when the images are glued on. Here I have a kitchen setup, bright, and it has a lot of space on the top half. That's great to use as a background. I have her. Image selection is the next phase, so she's early. Maybe she'll go on the right with the bottle. This spread I only have this vintage image. Maybe I'll leave the text showing. Maybe I'll put a bright color behind the kids. I have a few more to show. This classic way how I start my spreads. Pattern on one side, matching colored photo on the other. Again, I might put some washi tape in the middle. Maybe I will use this one to show you how I continue and build my spreads, collaging the images in the next video, not today. And these are the images I put in earlier. I want to show something else. Wait, this is my fashion glue book. You might recognize it from other videos. I want to show you what you can do with larger background images if you don't want to cut any sides off. Like here, the fashion catwalk image. I didn't want to cut part of it off, so I just folded it one side over. And then I have another one right here. I glued images on the outside of the flap and then it flips open to show the entire image. You can also glue the overhanging part onto the next page. It just depends on what you want there. In this case I liked it better like this. Let's get back to today's book and see what else I have here to show you. Oh yes, this. Building a background from scraps. I really like doing this. I do have another book I can show this in. Let me get that. This is only scrap spreads. Another one of these old Dutch children's books, and here is an example. You see the scraps in the background and how I added the images on top. And then here is another one. Look, I have the scrap background built here with all rectangle and square type pieces, all different patterns and textures, same color family, 2 photos. And with all the corners I like to add rounder shapes on top, like this. I would put this here maybe. I will do a video showing this book and how I work in it, because I think it's a fun way to make collage spreads. I usually have 1 or 2 spreads like this in my regular glue books, but here the entire book will be like this. Some pages I have already done, like this one, but most of them I just have some images and scraps pre-selected. So that is that for now. For today's book I will have to put all these scraps in place still. It's somewhat like a puzzle, but that's for later. And then what else? These, yeah, I will have to cut them to size. And this is that photo that will fit the entire spread. Let's see, it can go here. And then they will go like this, lined up in the middle. And then I still also have these photos of the ladies from before. They will go like this. I have to cut them too. And then there are still a few pages here that I have to find backgrounds for, but no worries, I have plenty to work with. Let's do some magic editing to show you how it looks when it's all done. Just a quick flip through of all the backgrounds that are now prepped. This is new. It's from a wallpaper sample book from the Van Gogh Museum. I think it's so lovely. It has some texture on it. I'm not sure if you can see it on the camera. It looks almost like a real painting. And this is the spread with the image that was a bit too small as a background, so I added the washi tape like I said, and I think it turned out really nice. Oh, what's this? Oh, okay, I have to glue that. And then next here's the pink stripe pattern and the girl reading. I really like it. And then this one, this turned out different. This right side, I showed you a different decor photo, the other side of this, but this side just worked so much better with the one on the left, so I chose to use this one. I made these busy patterns even busier with this washi tape in the middle. Here I found the red background that I wanted. It's another textured wallpaper sample from the Van Gogh book. I just pick whatever speaks to me. There aren't really any rules. If you like it, that's your style. You don't need the same things I use or what you see online. Yes, you could take inspiration, but work with what you have and with whatever catches your eye. There's no doing it wrong in glue booking, and I'm just showing you how I do it. Oh, here's that lady with the hair. She will probably go here somewhere, so let's just leave her here for later. The next phase is me pre-selecting images from my stash for all these spreads, for like this one. This one too, I just added these. It's another textured wallpaper, and on the right comes, the one on the right comes from a book of wallpapers, but prints, not real wallpaper samples. This is how the scrap background came out. I think it looks fun. I enjoy making these, but I think I said that already. Here's Amsterdam, such an amazing photograph. I think I found it in a National Geographic magazine. It looks like one of those photos. Here are the ladies. I tested out another type of glue, and I wish I didn't. I will try and see if I can fix it still. This one I call the architect and the seamstress. And then here we're eating burgers in nature. For now, thank you for watching. Take care of yourself, and if you haven't already, please like and subscribe. Till next time, bye.